So, for those of you that are here, it's just going to be a little overview of the KPC strict curl technique that I've been developing over the last 10 years with various different bars. Started with the OBZ 55, doing wide grip, and they're basically like two types of curl techniques, and it's either a lever curl or using some sort of like shrug or something like that, like the technique that I do. So I started lever curling wide, and then I started to implement the shrug and drop under technique, and then I went inside, and then it just developed over the years. So the reason is seeing everybody doing lever curls, it's extremely inefficient. So I was thinking to myself, how can I make this efficient? And then seeing it's basically an underhand clean when you're doing it. I did a little bit of Olympic weightlifting for a second, and that helped me develop this curl technique. So that's basically what it is, underhand clean. So let's get right into it. Let's see, we got some people in here. So we'll start from the beginning. I did a couple of little tip videos about grip, about step back. So like I said, everything is about being efficient, okay? So it starts from the beginning. It starts with the grip. So let's check out the grip, right? So in the video, just like this here, you want to start with the bar inside angle pointed down, okay? Pointed down, and you want to get deep in that inside angle, okay? And then with the bar still pointed down, slight flex in the wrist, okay? And this is probably one of the most important parts here. Before you pick it up, you want to push it forward slightly, okay? So you can pick it up, and that angle, that outside angle, is pointed up and slightly back. If you pick it up just straight up from this position, you pick it up, it's going to roll forward. It's happened to me before. It's happened to me coming down on a curl. It can be very dangerous, so just make sure, flex your wrist, push underneath, all right? So the reason for that is to hold it there. A lot of people, when they pick up the curl bar, Gopher bar, or now the Boss bar, not so much any of the OBZ style bars. You can get away with different grips and errors on that. But these bars, they want to do whatever they want to do. So most people pick it up, let the bar do whatever they want to do, whatever's most comfortable. So you'll see a lot of people curling with a flat angle, right? So what that does, it pushes the center of mass of the bar further down your arm, creating a longer movement arm, requiring more bicep force, okay? So what we're doing with this grip, we're pushing the center of mass of the bar up the arm, creating a shorter moment arm, requiring less bicep force, right? So you'll be able to curl more, okay? Gripping it like this, like I said, the bar doesn't want to really sit that way. It's going to fight you. So it's important to chalk up, grip tight. All right, so that's grip. So then we move on. I had a little video of the step back, which is very important as well. So we'll just run through this real quick. 1 foot set on the line, other foot forward. Get your grip, right? Big breath. And push off with this front leg. Don't pick it up and come out and bring it down. You don't want to fatigue your arms, right? You want to use that front leg to help you pick it up. Big breath, drive off that front leg, and you're ready to go. And you see how that angle of that bar is pointed up and back slightly? You don't want it pointed up and forward because it'll roll out. All right, so those are the first two steps. So now let's get on to the technique. So like I said, it's essentially a clean, right? So Get your feet set up. Grip. Get your step back. Okay, so it's like a two-part process that you have to kind of mold into one. Okay, so the first one is you pull up. So you pull up at the shoulders, right? So you're going to shrug, and you're going to pull at the elbow. So your biceps are going to be involved, right? So you pull up and try to keep it close to you as possible. Within this technique, obviously there's wiggle room to kind of develop your own thing and what works for you. But basically, you pull up, keep it as close as you as possible, right? And I found the most successful height for this technique is to get to the xiphoid process, right where the ribs meet your sternum. A high success rate when I get the bar up there, right? So I pull up, elbows out, shoulders up, and I like to kind of keep maybe a neutral head. I don't want to sit back with my head because it jams my traps up. I want my traps able to flex and get my shoulders up nice and high, right? So elbows out, pulling at the traps and at the elbows, right? And then once you pull it up as high as you can, you drop underneath, you drop your shoulders, you do everything in reverse. Drop your shoulders down, squeeze your elbows in, and then force the bar, kind of try to punch yourself in the face, okay? And what you want to try to do, after that pull up, dropping underneath, right? You're trying to catch it kind of like at zero weight, just like a clean, okay? So you catch it, and then as you catch it, you got to drive it up, and then flex your wrist even more, all right? Oh, like Gary Teeter and Johnny Wong from Poland, all right.
Definitely some more things that you can do.
So where was? Yeah, so as you catch it, you got to keep curling. One big mistake people do is they'll pull up, they'll catch it, right? And they don't keep curling, and then it pushes them out, okay? So everything think vertical. If you get horizontal on curls, you're either going to come off the wall or it's going to open you up, all right? And the most important thing about this is speed. The faster you can do it with control. Speed can be bad at a certain point if you can't control it, right? But the most important thing is the speed. All right, so we'll go over it again. I'll do it in kind of one piece, right? You see how it was two pieces? Now we'll do one piece. So it's pull up, drop under, right? Very important. You do the opposite movement, right? So slam the shoulders and then slam the elbows shut. If you don't slam your elbows shut, they stay open, you pry open, right? So that's pretty much it with the